Love and light. So let's talk about the fifth dimension and what it means to physically be in the fifth dimension. Because there are lots of people who say they are 5D. They're walking around in 5D. They're there now. And there are lots of beings in the fifth dimension now. There are lots of beings in the fifth dimensional Earth now. However, they are not generally interacting with third density or fourth density people. So, and I say third density, fourth density to reflect our current situation of being kind of in between, because most humans are somewhere in between, you know. Now, again, you may be vibrating at fifth dimensional consciousness. What this means is you are in unity. It means you are seeing everything in your reality as part of you, as a reflection of your internal, and in harmony with that. Okay, this is what we would call enlightenment. This is not the same as ascension. This is not the same as physically being in the fifth dimension. Although eventually that condition, or that state of being, will lead one to physically be in the fifth dimension. You will not be able to physically stay. If you were to stay at that vibration of unity, you would eventually, the body would have to ascend. The energies would not be congruent. So that's not what happens for most people. That's why most people are not staying in that vibration. They're going up and down, you know, and they have attachments, the things that pull them back down, that they're still attached to the matrix, to the third density world. And, or they have things they've not, you know, that are still repressed, that they've not faced within their mental or emotional or astral bodies. So again, let me reiterate. When you're in the fifth dimension, physically, you can change your surroundings at will. If I want to change the color of a chair, then that is what happens. Your power is unbelievable there. It is not in any way comparable to this. Like when I was there and I look at other people, I can see every thought they have. Not written, although there was some of that. It was like abstract paintings of their emotions, of their thoughts, of everything. I was getting communications on levels I had never even seen, and what I realized was I could not even be in this person's presence. Like at this level, this was not possible. This would create a great fear in them. Just to be near, in their ego, understand. So, and this would be with anyone. So the point of this is that when you go all the way into fifth dimension, you will be leaving any left in third density, in a sense, behind. Although the truth of them will be there with you in the fifth dimension, because that is non-linear. So where we are going, it's not, a lot of people have this picture of the new earth, and there's, we all, I guess, have pictured it in our own ways, you know. I've physically seen it, but I've only seen what I've seen of it, which is not so much, you know. I've seen it in this house. I've never been in the fifth dimension. Well, no, there's been other homes, and there's been a couple times outside, okay, but as far as like physical locations where I was at when I shifted into the fifth dimension, it has not been many. And in total time, while in this incarnation, I have maybe been there all the way there an hour, maybe two, I don't know. It's been multiple times, but I generally stay there 10, 20 minutes. Once at a certain time, there's a feeling in me that I'm leaving behind something, that I'm leaving behind my loved ones, and so I always turn back. You know, there's a feeling that if I don't turn back, I won't be able to. So, love and light. So, now again, all of you who know you're ascending, I want you to recognize that this has already happened non-linearly. Your ascension is guaranteed, okay? And you wouldn't be listening to me otherwise. So, your fifth dimensional body is already there in the fifth dimension. This, all you see, and that's one way of seeing reality, okay? It's just we're not getting see it fully until we collectively more get there. That's all we're waiting on. We're waiting on each other and our own issues. Like we all still have. Okay, let me not confuse you. I have been to the fifth dimension, right? I said that, but I chose to come back. But it's also that from that level, it was that I chose to come back. Okay, from the fifth dimensional level, I chose to come back. From this level, it does not appear that way. From this level, it appears that I still have things to work through. That I'm still ascending. That I'm still perfecting my lower bodies. Okay? That's one perspective. It's not actually true, because from the fifth dimension, I chose, from a place of perfection and from the knowledge that I could stay there, I chose to come back. No one could have forced me to leave. No power could have forced me to leave once I was in the fifth. I chose to come back. But from this side, it appears that we have work to do. So all we need to do is each day do our best. Just be. I know it is really hard right now. These energies are hard. It is a greatly accelerated change. That is what's happening. Your body, your emotional body, things are being brought up every day. Deep-seated, suppressed things, or things that just a month ago were looked at in a completely different way and now have become intolerant, and you realize they are completely disharmonious with your new creation and where you're going. So we'll be there soon. It's a transition period. There's nothing we can do but go through it. Love and light.